Well, here we have another one. Move over stealth Omicron. A new COVID subvariant appears to be taking over the U.S. This is from Aaron Porter, and of course, COVID by some of these news reporters. Levels of a new highly transmissible, immune-evading Omicron subvariant are set to surpass those of stealth Omicron in the U.S., according to a federal health data released Tuesday. The BA.5, I think I've talked about that one briefly in past videos, COVID subvariant, which swept South Africa this spring, along with highly similar BA.4, comprised an estimated 13.3% of U.S. cases last week, according to data from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. BA.2, also known as stealth Omicron, comprised 14.2% of the cases, and BA.4 wasn't far behind, comprising 8.3%. Stealth Omicron dominated COVID cases in the U.S. levels until levels of BA.2.12.1, another subvariant, began rising in April. It became the dominant subvariant, dominant in the U.S. in mid-May. Are they putting that under BA.2 with the 14.2%, or is it a different one? I don't know. But it now appears that BA.4 and BA.5, which were first detected in the U.S. in late March and have been creeping up since late April, could soon become the dominant strains in the U.S., while BA.2 is dominant worldwide, and BA.2.12.1 is dominant in the U.S., BA.4 and BA.5 are increasing around the world, said Maria von Kerkhove, technical lead for COVID-19 response at the World Health Organization, at a Tuesday media availability. The pandemic is far from over. It's far from over from a virus evolutionary point of view. Yeah, if you actually think about it, if I recall correctly, the normal flu that we have, I think if I have it right, is just subvariants from the Spanish flu of 1918. We never got rid of it. It's still here. Same thing's going to happen with COVID. It's still going to be around. Nathan Grubaugh, an associate professor of epidemiology, one of these days, at the Yale School of Public Health, told Fortune last week that BA.4 and BA.5 are likely to extend the tail of the current wave, but not cause a new wave of their own. Like that. It's not going to cause a new wave, but we need to be prepared for it and look for all this type of stuff, and we need more and more. Dr. Jake Lemieux, an infectious disease specialist at Massachusetts General and a Harvard medical school instructor, agreed with Grubaugh, saying last week at a virtual Harvard press availability that BA.4 and BA.5 are likely to be the tail of a wave. So everyone's saying that this is going to be the end of the, Omicron wave. Okay. Through the July 4th holiday, Lemieux expects fairly sustained transmission. Beyond that, it's hard to say. We're going to get another variant, sorry. BA.6 or 7 or something like that. One thing is certain, it's likely that BA.4 and BA.5 are not the last of it. Yeah, that's what I just said. It's not going to be the last. What I would put my career on is whether it's BA.6 or something completely different, there's going to be another one, he said. BA.4 and BA.5 were first detected in the U.S. in late March. As Fortune previously reported, the variants first discovered in South Africa swept the country in April and May, despite the fact that almost all South Africans have been vaccinated or had COVID. That's always interesting. They push these vaccinations and all of a sudden you'll get it, and yet we're still getting them. A recent study of South Africa found that those who had been previously infected with Omicron but not vaccinated experienced a nearly 8-fold drop in neutralizing antibodies when exposed to BA.4 and BA.5. Those who had been vaccinated and previously infected with Omicron saw a milder 3-fold decrease. Now, just think about this. Whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated and had Omicron, had Omicron, you're still getting it. That's kind of what they're pushing the vaccine, and I'm not seeing. Are they saying why? I don't know. Those who had been vaccinated and previously infected with Omicron saw a milder. Alex Siegel, a professor at the African Health Research Institute in South Africa, told Fortune in May that symptoms of the new subvariants are similar to typical Omicron symptoms, which include fever, loss of smell, and malaise. Malaise, for anyone who doesn't know, that's basically just feeling ill, tired, that type thing. I haven't seen any early symptoms of respiratory distress, the major COVID-specific symptom that makes the disease so dangerous, he said. It doesn't feel nice, but there's less chance of dying. And this is one of the things I'm actually kind of seeing with Omicron. I saw some people, because there's less of the respiratory distress, a lot of people are doing more cold medicine stuff with it and feeling fine, just a couple of days later. So really, I think we're at the point with Omicron that we need these cold medicine, fever, all this type of stuff. It's time to go to that, because the vaccine's not protecting us like we said, and it just feels like the media just doesn't want this to go away. It's like they're prepping for another shutdown. That's just kind of what I see. Let me know what you think. More fear-mongering in your opinion? No, you're over it? Let me know what you think. I'll see you next video. Grid 7. I'm on YouTube. Come on over to Rumble. And have a great day.